And we're live. Let me just see if this works. Hopefully, this will record the screen properly, like in the normal tests. I'm gonna switch over to YouTube to see if this is all functioning. Hopefully, it's just not recording the desktop. Oh no, it's working. Hopefully, this doesn't lag too badly. This is I think this is the first time I've recorded a game on the PC before. Um, it's not the easiest game to not only get running but to actually record. Um, it's old. It came from 1997 and so on and so forth. The company that made it, Westwood, the guys who did Command and Conquer, fucking dissolved in like 2003, and with their departure, they lost the source code for this game. So not only is there not a chance for a real remake, at least not anytime soon, but it's we can't really update the resolution. We can kind of get it to run, at least on modern hardware, though. So yeah, this required a fucking full-on patch that I had to get off a German website and shit like that. But yeah. Anyways, so in light of Rutger Hauer passing and the fact that it is 2019 itself, and also the fact that I was just talking about Detroit Become Human with a few friends, I pointed to this game as a basically doing Detroit Become Human, but better. But I played a bit of this game. I've gone to, as you can see, the start of Act 2. But I've never completed it. I do know a few things about it. The game, a lot of the cases are randomized and shit like that. It's all in real time when it comes to your partners trying to solve their own cases and shit like that, and people's schedules, which is something you wouldn't really see uh, in games from 1997. Um, so yeah, I think the like next time I saw it, at least personally, was fucking in Deadly Premonition. But anyways, without further ado, let's play some fucking Blade Runner. By the way, well, with further ado, actually, if the sound's kind of wonky, I can't really operate it here. This game only runs in full screen. Uh, which means I might. I think there's possible. I can possibly mess with it in game, but yeah. Anyways, now finally we can start the fucking game. Ugh. That's where I am.
I'm leaving now.
Lucy, my sweet.
I cleaned out the tiger cage and sorted all the meal bins. So, if it's all right, it's my turn to fix dinner.
Haven't you forgotten something, little one? Just one little thing.
Mr. Runser, please.
It's been a very long day.
I don't want to.
Now, Lucy, I thought we'd settled this last week. Don't let's forget who pays your salary. We're closed. Come back tomorrow. Wait! I haven't finished with you. I told you we're closed.
We're not here to buy, little man. We've come to sell.
You can't possibly have anything to interest me. These are extremely rare animals of the highest quality.
What a coincidence. So am I. That is the price for humility.
Oh, please, don't.
And what else might we interest you in today, sir? Perhaps some virtue?
Not my animals, please. I'm begging you.
But what of honor, little man? At what price? Honor.
Oh my God, no! That tiger is the rarest specimen ever seen.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright. The forest of the night.
BR 61661, report to precinct headquarters, code 3. Repeat code 3.
I was just finishing up my 12 out on patrol when I got the call. Welcome relief considering that the most action I'd seen all night was a schizoid grandmother doing the shimmy in her underwear in the second sector.
BR 61661, report to division headquarters, code 3. Repeat code 3.
Last time I had a 3 was when some hooker vomited Thunderbird on Bryant's desk, and yours truly led the cleanup crew. Year and a half on the job, it was still the dirtiest work I'd seen. Where's Captain Bryant?
Took a sick day. Got himself a heinous case of ptomaine poisoning. He asked me personally to run the unit in his absence.
Gouza was one of the old-time guys who took their knocks in the streets. He had a friendly way about him, but you didn't want to turn your back on him if you were less than a friend.
Hope you've been enjoying your leisure time, kid, 'cause it's time to take that thumb out of your ass.
Hallelujah.
Don't get too excited. The other Blade Runners are all jammed up. Holden's sucking dinner through a straw. Gaff's working the Tyrell break-in, and Steele's working special undercover. Looks like you got this one by default.
You really know how to make a girl feel wanted.
Animal murder done at Runciter Zoological. Probably just be a schizoid glitz, but we got the call. Old man Runciter lost something like 1 billion Chinyans worth.
10 to 1, this ain't a job for Rep Detect.
You got something better to do? Perfect your French cooking, maybe?
Slumming tonight, Slim?
I thought you were on special assignment.
Wasn't too damn special after I had the suckers out.
What happened?
Couple of fours were masquerading as fibroplast insulators down at Kaiser. I dressed up like a nurse, they never had a chance.
I'll bet. You put him on the machine?
Hell no! There's a beautiful little thing in here called the Magic, and it ain't ever been wrong. You develop it, you got a brilliant career ahead of you.
I'm working on it.
What's Gouza got you doing tonight?
AM at Runciter's.
Animal murder. Oh, those skin jobs got no respect for anything that truly lives and breathes. And that goddamn Eldon Tyrell ought to be zipped into a body bag and flushed into deep space.
Get rid of him, we'd be out of a job.
I think we're all overdue for a little off-world paid vacation. You can stop staring at my ass now.
You got eyes in the back of your head?
All you gotta do is ask, Slim.
Hey, Misanthropic One.
Animal sales was a profitable and prestigious business since most real animals
going
had
good.
died out after the Terran War. There were plenty of electric ones, though, powered by rechargeable batteries. No self-respecting human would own one of those frauds.
Okay. So, hopefully the sound is okay and whatnot. I haven't really talked over any of the cutscenes. It's gonna be pretty fucking hard to actually do audio over this. So,
Find something?
hopefully it's good.
Piece of chrome.
From a car?
No, I think it's horse chrome. Bag it and tag it.
Sounds fine on the speakers? Okay.
What do you know?
About 30 counts of animal murder and one of aggravated assault.
It's a lot of
The
animal
shop's
murder.
been thrashed. You ought to see this tiger cub they got in there. It's a goddamn tragedy.
How's old man Runciter holding up?
State of shock. He's been moaning and complaining about his world caving in.
You'd feel the same way if they were your animals. How many perps?
At least 2. Bloody footprints all over the scene.
Must be a delightful sight.
Gotta love those voxels. Okay. Let's see what's over here.
Nothing even remotely interesting, but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
That's true.
Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
What's the language called in fucking Blade Runner? Is it called like City Speak or something? It's like a mix of bunch of like languages like Chinese, Spanish, and like Hungarian. No, Eduardo actually speaks it. What did I think of 2049? I really enjoyed it, honestly. Some people didn't. But I thought it
Judging
was
from the distance between the
underrated
prints,
classic.
I was looking for 2 very big men. One dragged his right foot,
I personally
indicating
prefer
a
the
possible
original.
injury or lameness. The other appeared a lot more controlled, graceful even. Quite a pair.
It is kind of weird. A lot of the character models are actually voxels, Steve. Pre-rendered backgrounds with voxels. Yeah, I really liked it. I still prefer the original just due to some personal reasons. Like, I think Vangelis's music is just fantastic in the original.
I'm ruined. Totally ruined.
Oh yeah,
McCoy,
R.I.P.
LPD.
Rudger.
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works for me.
She's responsible for all this mayhem?
No, of course not. It was 2 men acting in concert with her, obviously.
Oh, you just
Obviously.
name
What'd they look
dropped
like?
her.
Big and scary and absolutely malevolent.
Quite the description. Big, scary, absolutely malevolent.
You got any discs from that camera?
It's irrelevant. Those murderers also destroyed the camera. Thousands of Jinyens worth.
Maybe it photographed them before they shot it out.
I guess you've got a point.
Using Kingdom Hearts 3? Oh, I thought the mouse died. The last thing I played saw him in was
I believe
Observer.
this is the disc from last night.
I'm
Peachy.
pretty sure that wasn't the
My
last thing he was in.
precious one. She was my baby.
Which is also basically just a fucking Blade Runner game.
Can you think of anything they might have been after?
First I thought they wanted money, but I don't keep any in the shop. Then I thought they wanted to steal my animals, but they started executing them.
Could they have been replicants?
Who else would be capable of such barbaric acts?
You ever do any business with the replicant manufacturers, Tyrell Corporation?
I resent that accusation.
Just wondering.
Xenart.
Officer, last May I personally sold Governor Kolvig an exquisite Bergeron colt. I have been a guest at his house on 3 separate occasions. Do I look like I need to carry artificial product?
Yes. I mean, in a place like this seems like
Tell me about this Lucy.
Let's run.
There's not a lot I can tell you. She's only worked for me for a short while. She's about 14 years old with pink hair. A very attractive young thing.
How'd you find her?
She came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone. And he's a very reputable wholesaler.
You treat her well?
As well as any young tot should be treated.
She got a desk? Or someplace where she worked?
She used to eat over there.
Yeah, this game I would argue possibly has some of the nicest looking in terms of like a cinematic presence. Has a real nice aesthetic to it.
All my
It just looks good.
A toy dog.
As we say in film class, this game has a nice mise-en-scène in it.
Howie Lee's in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself.
A neo-noir mise-en-scène with the contrasted lighting
A candy bar.
borrowed
Yuck.
borrowed straight from German expressionist films like M and the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Well, isn't that cute?
Really impressed by the monkeys. So how are things gonna get this fucked in like the next few months? We have to go through like an entire war. We have to like bioengineer humans.
Well, isn't that cute?
Like November is only like a few months away, guys. Is there
my
anything?
precious one.
Okay. Guess I can't go through here. Let me go out to the front, see what the cop has
All
to
my
say.
animals.
Play Symbiocom and Zero Critical if you like this. I might give those a chance. I actually found this game at a swap meet.
It
for, like,
didn't add up. Animal murders, the
10
lack of
bucks
any
or so.
theft. The small animals alone were worth a good chunk of change on
Came
the
in the
street.
big box,
It seemed
too.
more like an act of vengeance.
Blade Runner is one of the few series I know of that I don't really think has produced a bad piece of media. Then again, I haven't finished this. Maybe it does the whole Indigo Prophecy, but I doubt that. I really enjoyed
Find
what I
anything else
played.
out here?
This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last week.
Find anything else out here?
This guy lives across the street. Says he heard a crash late last night. Looked out his window and saw a black sedan speeding away from the scene.
Find anything else out here?
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract art. All over the walls and ceiling.
I never did appreciate art.
Okay. Well, let's go back to the apartment and do the funky-ass computer thing. I believe that, yeah, this is my apartment. Los Angeles looks so much cooler here than it does in IRL. But again, we have to have a bunch more smog. Don't worry, we're getting there.
Your floor number, please.
Apartments.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
I lived with the best gal I'd ever seen. She was 2 now and full of life and love. She'd cost me about a year's salary, but she was worth it. It was good to have someone warm nearby after completing a dirty job, and the retirement swag from this case would go toward getting her a partner.
Istvan Play, if I'm butchering those names. Fame worked as the lead artist on them.
Maggie,
Interesting.
come here, girl.
But the question is it good Fallout, like Fallout 1, 2, like New Vegas, or like bad current Fallout by Bethesda? Yeah.
Scanning video disk. 2 enhanceable images found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database. Runciter crime scene.
So cool. This fucking camera thing. Actually, hold on. See if there's anything here. Okay, so we have the sushi thing. Kind of a small cage for a tiger. Anything else? That's a snake. Let's see, maybe something in the reflection. Huh. Let's look at the picture of Coco the chimp here. Forcefully augmented and have to experience my brain ads from McMemes on Facebook. It's gonna be great. The future's so bright you're not gonna even need eyes for it.
Run sitter, crime scene.
Fucking photos 5 seconds before tragedy strikes. Can I look at the doob?
He looks familiar. Give me a hard copy of that.
Can't look at his buddy pal. Maybe I can get his license plate? Yeah.
Local license plate. Give me a hard copy of that.
I just want to play video games, draw and paint, and go camping. I didn't want this Blade Runner timeline. Well, man, the Blade Runner timeline doesn't choose you. I mean, you don't choose the Blade Runner timeline, it chooses you. So I'm just going to go under the good old American assumption of deciding that all replicants are evil, and we need to get rid of them. I mean, they're fucking spooky AI. Well, not technically AI, they're organic. In fact, they're just kind of bioengineered humans, but technically that's artificial, so I'm not...
The Tyrell Corporation
totally
today
wrong.
recalled the last 4 functioning entertainment model Nexus 5 replicants from off-world service. Dr. Eldon Tyrell, speaking at a shareholders meeting, denied allegations that the model was defective and possibly dangerous.
The simple fact is that the model wasn't performing its designated function. There was one isolated incident of violence a couple of years ago, but the individual unit in question was immediately retired from service. No, the problem is far from anything sinister. The entertainment model just isn't funny.
I believe the guy who played Eldon Tyrell in the movie actually plays him here in this. I believe also the same as with Rachel, but I'm not quite sure.
Your floor number, please.
Roof. Ground floor.
Let's see what's on the ground floor. Real nice. Real cozy.
Your floor number, please.
Get the fuck out of here, Scoop! Played Snatcher before? I played literally like 3 minutes of it when I tried to get a Sega CD emulator, trying to work it on my phone, but it would always crash after the intro cinematic. But hey, since the Sega CD apparently doesn't have copy protection, you know, wink wink, nudge nudge. If I ever decide to shill out for a Sega CD, I know what I'm getting.
Real sushi was a luxury reserved only for the elite, since most sea life had become radioactive after the Third Terran War. The rest of us had to eat new sushi, soya mixed with off-world lichen.
Actually, that's Jeremy Blaustein. He did the translation for basically all fucking Konami shit in like the early to mid 90s. And basically got blacklisted by Kojima because he didn't like his localization of MGS1, which Kojima wanted a more direct translation. There's actually a pretty good Kotaku article on it that just came out recently, written by Jeremy Blaustein himself. Dude was really good. He also like did the Silent Hill games.
LPD, I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sorry, my man. I just don't got the time.
Got to mix more out back.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
When business thriving, night always beautiful.
This from your place, isn't it?
Could be. Chopstick come from Yoshi's restaurant supply.
This from your place, isn't it?
Yes, sir. You do Huawei favor? Distribute all through our police station?
Oh, I should probably go around back. Kind of invade your kitchen.
Howie says you're a master chef.
You not come back here. Air bad.
This'll only take a minute. I'm looking for a girl, about 14 years old with pink hair. You seen her?
I don't know her.
Stick around. I might want to talk to you later. Stick around. I might want to talk to you later. Stick around. I might want to talk to you later.
Hey, Pocket Rocket. Welcome to the stream. We're living the Californian dream here in 2019. This is what it's going to be like in the next few months.
How long does that chef work for you?
Zuben? Just month. Superior chef makes all kinds of new sushi.
What's real fresh tonight?
Special shipment of Toro just arrived. I fix you right up. No one else. Clean as a whistle.
You're Prince, Howie.
Okay, well, you know what? When it comes to Kojima, like, I do think he relies on, like, I do think he's a good ideas man. I think in a lot of ways he does come up with the general idea and knows how to, like, you know, kind of fit them in. But I do think there's a team of people that actually make it work, in a sense. So I do believe he's partly the reason why the Metal Gear games are more magical. I do think Kojima is a big part of them, but, like, I don't think he's, like, the whole picture, like a lot of people make him out to be.
Stick around. I might want to talk to you later. See you later, Howie. You're a pretty smart-looking cat. You want to make some money?
Pay me large, you got my rapt attention.
Depends on how much the information's worth.
Unfortunately, my man, I got a bug.
I think that's the club owner from the original.
Dynamite dining, old man. Catch you later.
Is one of the reasons why I took up art as a hobby. His work is awe-inspiring, and he gets better each game he works on. Wait. Wait, are we thinking of the same guy? Unless he literally is the same guy. There's the guy who actually does the art for the Metal Gear games. That kind of, like, he did that game recently that wasn't. He did the art for that game that wasn't too good. What's it called? Like Left Behind or something. I think I need to actually get one more picture. he does all like the covers for like a lot of the Metal Gear games. Or are we talking about the writer that worked with Kojima up until MGS4 when he got like sent to the Konami Gulag? I heard Kojima was hard to work with, but who really knows? Shikubu, I mean, he's the lead art, art lead on Death Stranding as well.
Your floor number, please.
I'm talking about the artist. Okay, who was the guy who... I was referring to the guy who worked with
McCoy,
Kojima,
88F.
for, like, wrote most of the
88.
games with Kojima.
Thank you.
Up until, like, 3...
Run sitter, crime scene.
Feet... Wait, did that have the wait, hold on. Okay, if this is what I think. Yeah, it has the glint in his eyes, like in the fucking movies, where you can kind of tell if someone's a replicant or not. What am I missing? Huh.
Run sitter, crime scene.
Zoom. Oh, wait, hold on. That's hard to notice. Haha. Whoa ho ho.
Hello there, Lucy. Give me a hard copy of that.
She's fucking 14, McCoy.
Your floor number, please.
McCoy, 88F.
88.
Wait.
Thank you.
Okay, let's...
Your floor number, please.
Yeah, no shit. Oof. Isn't that like a big fire hazard, by the way? Like, the only way out seems to be like a fucking elevator out of his room. Okay. Let's go back to Chinatown. Hey, Steve.
You know this girl or not?
Nope. I know who I know, and who I don't know. I don't know her.
Think hard.
Okay. Maybe seen her once. At station. Riding north on bullet train.
North, huh?
Ooh. Aha. Fucker's dead. Gonna kill me a replicant. Yeah, not that guy. I should probably save as well. Can I not save over something? Okay, I'll just put S1 for stream 1. Okay. to continue Police Knots. This game looks pretty good for 1997. Maybe someday, actually. I've been thinking about it, and since I have my Saturn set up, I'm gonna try to finish off Lunacy tomorrow, but I might. But I actually might go back to Police Knots. Hopefully, here's the thing with Police Knots, though. I'm not sure if there's enough to make fun of with it, because
Lightning Squad, Rep Unit, Battle of the Gemini. I'd retired a war hero, someone who'd fought for the freedom of the off-world colonists. The poor guy kind of reminded me of one of those Buffalo Soldiers, blacks who had killed and died for America, yet weren't allowed to drink alongside whites. And maybe, just maybe, the photograph validated his own existence. I've gotten all I can from that.
Oof. You done did bad, McCoy. Then again, he did come at me with a butcher knife, so... wait, what are you
Chill
doing
it, man. Just took a wrong turn back there, that's all.
Take your business elsewhere.
An excellent idea.
Just gonna strut out of here. Hey, there's Eduardo Gaff. My boy.
Rumor has it you've been earning your stripes, McCoy.
Working on it.
Keep it up. You just might have a future in this business.
I understand it's got a hell of a retirement plan.
I checked with UN Air. Looks your rep swung that moonbust massacre last month.
They ever find the moonbust?
Disappeared into thin air. Brian thinks it crashed out in the Gipple.
How many reps we talking about?
Enough. They're Nexus 6s. So don't take too much slack.
Is it better?
Gotcha.
You VK the mark before retirement?
Didn't have to.
That's why they call it the magic.
I'm starting to understand.
You ever retire a human, your career is over. Remember that.
Okay. Right. Yep. Light buzz. What about now? Is it good now? Don't wanna touch it. Still buzz? Okay. Let's try that. It's fine. Okay. Okay. I think Eduardo Gaff, by the way, is the only one who's, like, shown up concurrently in all these games. Like, in basically all the Blade Runner. 2049, the anime short, and then this.
This girl ever eat around here?
Nah, all gaijin look like the old man.
Right. Yeehaw, partners, is it fixed? It seems to be doing it a lot more often. Hold on, actually. Well, we done murder someone, so let's go to the police station.
Lockup. Ground floor. Mainframe and shooting range.
Apparently the shooting range can actually fuck with the... Okay, here's the funny thing. That's actually... Fuck, the LA Metro, or the LA train station. It's actually pretty famous here, but now it's been converted into a fucking police station. Oh.
Bryant go on permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You'd be amazed at how accommodating a man can be after his hemorrhoids get lanced. You really been surprising the troops around here, kid. Gaff says you worked that retirement like a champ.
Just doing the job.
Yeah, well, don't get too cocky. Those sixes can be damn unpredictable.
That I know.
But I'm proud of you, McCoy. Why don't you take the rest of the day off?
Thanks.
Payments is wiring the advance to your account as we speak.
How much?
Couple $100 Chinian. Enough to buy a sandwich or two. We gotta hold back the rest until the lab does the autopsy. Paperwork, you know.
Glad the
Should
economy's
take more
doing
than a
fine.
couple of days.
So, the check's in the mail.
Hey, don't worry. The boys upstairs want to keep our best and brightest happy. Any idea what you want to spend it on?
I was thinking maybe a companion for my animal at home.
Forget that. Buy yourself something nice. Once you start carving up that juicy bacon, kid, the taste never goes away. The great things in life, believe me, you'll just be wanting more and more.
Hopefully he's referring to money, not real bacon, because the future would be so bleak without it.
Roof.
Now let me get the fuck out of here. This building was also inspired by the Tower of Babel in Metropolis. Base genetically engineered bacon that gives you super Ebola. It's a new eating trend. Or it will be in the next few months.
Your
They've
floor
got flying
number,
cars
please.
and talking robots. You'd think they have a cure of hemorrhoids at this point.
Apartments.
It's only November of 2019.
Apartments.
McCoy, 88
We're not
F.
miracle workers.
88. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go out on the balcony, do some noir shit.
Zubin was the first Nexus 6 I'd come up against. There was something in his eyes, an almost primordial desire to live. Most of the 3s, 4s, and 5s I'd seen would just give up when you had them. But these 6s, they were a whole other breed.
I can hear the copyright claim from this Vangelis music. Feels like a rain. All those raining pennies my channel could have had. Gone. The tears in the rain. Thanks, copyright strike. I mean, the 2020 Olympics are coming up. Press F for your channel. Yeah.
Portrait of the sleep-deprived.
Got your delivery here, man.
What?
Kingston Kitchen.
Oh, yes, right. Hold on.
Please, can you control your rat?
I'll have you know that Ricky's a purebred Chihuahua, and he's totally real.
Things going good at Tyrell Corporation?
Boring, boring. Old man Tyrell's been on a Wagner kick lately. He never shuts up.
You also do outside work?
Sweetie, I never go outside. It's bad for the glands.
How about Nexus 6? You know a lot about them?
I think you should be going now.
Understand good, it holds deep meaning for me now. Where be your research on Nexus 6? And your test studies, contacts, the works?
Only simulator. Extraterrestrial gravity.
1 more minute, you be swallowing this explosive. 3 more minutes, they be hosing you off the True Life building across town.
No, I swear. I don't have anything. If I did, I'd give it to you.
My people sick and dying. You tell me something.
Talk to Dr. Tyrell.
Tell me something I don't know.
The organ designers, Miraji, Hannibal Chu, Luther and Lance. They're closer to him than I am.
Where?
DNA Row. They're all working down on DNA Row.
You one miserable package man.
No! No, please, don't!
Press F for the fat man.
Pick up.
Hope you aren't camped out there with a bottle of tequila.
Oh, very funny.
Early bird slays the worm, McCoy.
Don't worry, I'm up, Lieutenant. What's the buzz?
One of Tyrell's employees got his fat face splattered all over the marble interior of the Tyrell building.
Inside?
That's right. But we also got a sweet little break on it. Tyrell's surveillance system recorded the whole shebang.
Beautiful. How many perps?
Just one. I don't know if it's related to the Runciter deal or not. Tyrell security will have the disc for you when you get there. You be good, killer.
Actually, it's fat with a PH. I'm not up to date with my lingo. As you can tell, I'm still in the year 2002.
Your floor number, please.
I love how Mac 10s are still functional by this time.
Apartments. Roof.
Ugh. Ow, my neck. Let's go to that fucking Tyrell building. Fuck, what was the corporation called in Blade Runner 2049? Was it the Wallace Company? I wanted to say the
McCoy,
Wayland
LTD.
Company, but that's alien.
Just a minute.
Where do I go?
Grav test on the east wing, 66th floor. Here's the footage from the security cameras. You get a pretty good look at the man's face.
How'd he get past you guys?
He pretended to be a delivery man. Dr. Eisenduller ordered in a lot, so it didn't seem unusual.
I really like the interior of this
I
building.
may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
Just the, like, nice Art Deco style of Blade Runners. Really cool. Because it's obviously inspired by films and Los Angeles's fucking 40s aesthetic prior to, you know, them tearing down all the cool old buildings and replacing them with fucking roads. I'm not bitter.
It was a Tyrell sales brochure for the Nexus series, the kind of glossy hype that ends up littering the floor at trade shows. This one was for the new entertainment model, a comedian designed to entertain the troops off-world. The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me, like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row.
I'm just really interested in the off-world colony parts of Blade Runner. I know it's not the main focus, but like, what's happening on those planets? I know they're better off in some ways, because all like the rich fucking leave Earth, and only like the weirdos stay. But like, are there like alien, like, fucking creatures. I'm not saying sentient alien creatures, but, like, fucking alien beasts and shit that they have to fight for? Or is this more like territorial disputes among, like, the different world colonies on fucking different planets? Like flora and fauna and shit like that.
I seen worse.
Leaves a lot to
Not
the
by
imagination.
much.
Learn anything?
You could strain him through a sieve.
I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last 24 hours, and now it was dogs. 3 of them. I thought about Maggie and nearly threw up. A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Obviously, he'd been killed with an explosive, and not just because he'd been plastered on the wall with 1,000 strokes. The detonator wire I pulled out of his skull told the whole story. The killer was an expert. The charge had been big enough to do the job, but not big enough to shatter the soundproof walls of the float chamber. But I wondered why the killer didn't just shoot him.
Maybe making a statement?
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe?
Is there anything else?
This hearing yours?
Maybe it belonged to that other cop who was up here. The babe with the shades and the cigarettes.
Ain't her style. Call her babe to her face, you're liable to end up with a severe limp. If you spot anything you think I ought to know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
Get out of here. Ow. My neck.
Lagging behind again?
Gouza didn't say anything about me working with a partner.
Oh, in a pig's ass, Slim. No, I'm following up on my own. Could be it's linked to this Tyrell debacle.
How's yours connected to mine?
I'm still fitting the pieces together. You know the Moonbus massacre that went down last month?
Gaff mentioned something about it.
The rogue skin jobs probably flew to Earth. And one of them is a demolitions expert, similar MO to your Vic upstairs.
Hell of a coincidence.
I'll call you if I find out anything more about your case.
You know what game I've always wanted to actually play, but it fucking runs, like, my computer's not the best, but it's also not the best optimized game, is Dreadout. I don't know, it seems just really cool, because it's a mix of Fatal Frame, which is already cool, and Indonesian folklore, which Indonesia is a really interesting country, because it's an East Asian country that's predominantly, like, Islamic. In fact, I think it has the largest Muslim population in the world, but also has a lot of influences from other countries as well, and has their own spin on things. So it seemed really interesting, but it always runs so poorly on my PC.
You friendly with Eisendeller?
Most of the employees I see coming in morning and night, but old Marcus, Dr. Eisendeller, he almost never left his lab.
He afraid of somebody?
I think it had something to do with the air outside, and the germs. I once heard him complain about it.
Smart. What was his job?
GravTest chief engineer. The lab runs tests to see how a replicant would perform in different planetary gravitational fields. That kind of thing. One of the other engineers could tell you more.
Not sure what's unique about it. Well, I mean, it is heavily based on the fucking Fatal Frame, but I don't know, just the setting, I guess, and the fact that you're dealing with specifically Indonesian folklore monsters and shit like that. And it's not just about taking pictures of them, you also have to do other things. You Dead by Daylight fan? I've never actually played it, but I did get a coupon for it because wait, no, Dead by Daylight. I have played it. I got confused by Dying Light. Yeah, no, I enjoyed what I played of Dead by Daylight. What was I gonna say? It's definitely fun. I actually enjoy being the killer, which apparently a lot of people don't like doing because they feel like they get like griefed or whatever. I see a lot of people complaining about it. But yeah, no, I had a lot of fun with what I played of it. You're the killer in Dead by Daylight? That sounds like... yeah, no, you can play as both. You can play as the victims and the killer, which is really cool. And you have like people like Michael Myers, fucking Leatherface, shit like that. Unfortunately, Jason is locked behind a completely different game, Friday the 13th, which in itself isn't too bad. Where's it going? Hunters, animals, Chinatown. Anemoid Row. Actually, did we get the... Wow, that was a fast transition. Did we get some photographs? Because I want to scan the environment.
Your floor number, please.
Apartments.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
The reason also why I brought up Dreadout is because I tried to get White Day to work on my newer computer, but for whatever reason, only bad part about it is that Starbreeze published it. What was I gonna say? White Day, if you don't know, is like a Korean horror game. It's kind of a really obscure game. But it got a remake recently. But a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of the remake. So I wanted to play the original again. I played it a few years prior. I found it really creepy. But for whatever reason, the locale emulator doesn't work for me. So I can't get out of the first room, which really sucks. I've tried App Locale, which just doesn't work on Windows 10, and I've tried Locale Emulator, and it doesn't work. And I've even tried changing the location on my computer in general. Still kind of wonked, which is a shame.
Scanning video disk. One enhanceable image found. Adding enhanceable photographs
The remake doesn't
to
seem
Kaya database.
too bad so far, but I don't know.
Tyrell Grav Test Lab.
I want that early 2000s jankiness.
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me, like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Anemoid Row. Give me a hard copy of that.
People like to overplay. Yeah, true. Honestly, you just have to. It's almost like it's a weird. Yeah, totally. Fucking. Some of my favorite games would, on a first glance, be considered fucking terrible. It is all about having fun. At the end of the day. Because if you're not having fun playing something, unless you're just a sucker for punishment like me, then... Hold on. Food. Did he get it from... that Japanese guy's place?
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Give me a hard copy of that.
Recore? I've heard of that game. I've never played it. I literally just... I only know of it, and I've seen like a few things of it, but never tried it out myself. A game I actually really enjoyed that apparently people didn't like was fucking Sunset Overdrive. To me, that game's like it's stupid. It is totally dumb. But you know what? The game's just fun. It's like kind of like a modern day mix of like Infamous and Jet Set Radio. I'm glad I got a PC port. can't believe they killed Boogie 2988. Wish they did it sooner. Is there anything else in this fuckwit apartment? Boogie died again? What the fuck? I mean, yeah, he got killed by that replicant.
Your floor number, please.
Well, not anymore.
McCoy, 88F.
God damn it, I keep doing
88.
that.
Thank you. Your floor number, please.
Ah, my neck. Jesus. Animoid Row. Sound design in this game's great.
Excuse me, pal. You know who deals in insects down here?
You don't want insects? They're no good companion. But fish. Fish are good. I have every kind of fish for you. Blowfish, dorado, miniature sailfish. Very friendly.
No, thanks. I got a dog at home.
Yeah.
Fish just as good as dog.
No, my dog is real.
Real? Oh, you must make lots of money.
Let's get back to insects. Official LPD business.
Yeah, it really has good sound quality.
Down at end of Animal Row, you see big green sign? You try there. Good luck with dog, friend. Hope he stays healthy.
She.
What was I gonna say? This game also sold pretty well for the time as well. It sold like 1 million copies, but they couldn't really make any money out of it because like, there was like there was like the Blade Runner like collective, which wanted like a cut of the share, and then there was like Virgin Interactive, and then Westwood got the sales, and the game was just expensive already. So when they wanted a sequel, fucking the Blade Runner collective was like, yeah, you're gonna have to charge more for that. So that's why we never got a sequel to this game.
This your work?
Ah, the dragon.
Dragon?
See? Anosoptera. Dragonfly late of the American South Swampland.
You sell jewelry with dragonflies?
Item like that, very special significance. Very rare, senor. Estate item, and most likely part of large collection. Person must have plenty's money to obtain a collection.
More than I can afford.
You try Hawker's Circle. Might want to trade for this. With luck, you may find.
If this is from a collection, I'm also looking for the other pieces.
I make you a deal. I found out where to get Dragonfly jewelry. Then, you buy a piece, right? For special lady friend? You come back later.
I'll do that.
Yep.
You take care, chasing the dragon.
Yeah, it got totally fucking dabbed on. Just like everything related under the like Blade Runner label, it sells like shit initially, but then becomes a cult classic. Blade Runner did poorly when it came out in theaters, but people loved it. So the resurgence actually spawned this game, and then it kind of died down again. But then come the 2010s, fucking Blade Runner 2049 comes out, does poorly as well, and now it's becoming a cult classic, and now we're getting an anime out of it. Which is done by, I believe, Marumo Oshii's, like, company. Which is really cool. Hey, One Doom Game Critic. If you haven't subbed to this guy, he also did a D2 review, and it's amazing. Much better than mine. His content is fantastical. So, anyways, I'm done with the shilling for now. But, let's continue. It actually kind of looks like a farmer's market. Actually, that might just be what this is. Yeah, I do hope the anime is good as well. Why, thank you.
I got a couple of questions for you, Captain.
First one's on the house. The rest you pay for. You want chit-chat, you hire a hooker. This ain't no social club.
Thank you. Them sweet buckaroonies. Also, this is a non-copyrighted version of a song actually used in Blade Runner. There were still copyright issues for this game. They couldn't use certain characters. They couldn't actually redo the story, but I don't think they really wanted to. So they just set it around the same time and used certain Vangelis tracks, but I guess this one didn't fit under it, so they just redid it with slightly different lyrics.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
I love these pre-rendered backgrounds.
Step up, step up. Mama Isabella cooked you something special. Put a glow in your cheek.
McCoy, LPD. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Questions? They always need answers.
Unfortunately, no, it's abandonware. I just found a physical copy of this. But, you know, I don't think, Westwood exists anymore, so just kind of go for it, my dude.
This guy work for you?
No, but I wish he do. He be one fine-looking man.
You sure? Never seen him before.
I'd remembered him for sure.
Wait, did he... Oh, never mind. I guess he got the food from here? Because I thought he was just asking her because she was black. He was like, do you know this African-American ma'am? Oh, can I not go into Bullet Bob's Runner Surplus? By the way, try not to buy from Steam. Valve is garbage. I try not to. But then again, certain games are just stuck on fucking Steam, unfortunately. If I get the chance, I usually try to buy from GOG or Humble Bundle, which inadvertently leads to Steam, so...
That a 45 blaster under your coat, or you just happy to be here?
I should kill you for that joke.
You got good eyes.
They ought to be. They're the only organs of mine that survived the Phobos Wars intact.
Ray McCoy, Rep Detect.
Blade Runner, huh? How come I never heard of you?
I just got assigned.
Yeah, I'm kind of buddies with Davy Holden. How's he doing?
Word is he's gonna be okay.
That skin job must have been pretty damn quick getting by Davy like that. He's the best in the business.
He'll be back on the job soon. You got any decent ammo for my piece?
You mean the good stuff? 'Cause I know them police issue spitballs just don't cut it.
Not these days.
Yeah, I know how it is. If you want to drop a skin job, you need a little extra oomph. I got a few clips around here somewhere. If you got the chin yen for it.
Okay, let's have it.
Hell yeah, that is certainly a thing. Is that just like one bullet, or is that what the clips look like? Anyways, I guess I'll...
You want to make it as a Blade Runner? You ought to do your own investigations. Hey, put that away.
I'm gonna put something away, but it ain't gonna be my gun.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Oh, I lost a lot of progress. Oh, I lost a lot of progress. Oopsie whoopsie. Ooh, I made a little fucky wucky. What the fuck am I going?
Your floor number, please.
I should have just shot him.
Apartments. Apartments.
Okay, we're gonna just do this fast. We're gonna solve this case immediately. I'm gonna get my revenge. I bet she's gonna be one of those guys where like he's just gonna one-hit kill you. Fucking. Fuck. Okay. Gotta go to Tyrell's fucking House of Pain. Ah, good.
McCoy, LPD.
Just a minute.
Where do I go?
Grav test on the east wing, 66th floor. Here's the footage from the security cameras. You get a pretty good look at the man's face.
That's great.
How'd he get past you guys?
He pretended to be a delivery man. Dr. Eisenduler
Some
ordered in a lot,
Groundhog
so
Day
it
shit.
didn't seem unusual.
Okay,
I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's just fucking Blade Runner done quick.
It was a Tyrell sales brochure for the Nexus series, the kind of glossy hype that ends up littering the floor at trade shows. This one was for the new entertainment model, a comedian designed to entertain the troops off-world. The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me, like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row. Jesus.
I seen worse, but not by much.
Learn anything?
You could strain him through a sieve.
Okay.
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Obviously, he'd been killed with an explosive, and not just because he'd been plastered on the wall with 1,000 strokes. The detonator wire I pulled out of his skull told the whole story. The killer was an expert. The charge had been big enough to do the job, but not big enough to shatter the soundproof walls of the float chamber. But I wondered why the killer didn't just shoot him. The
Thankfully,
Dawn Caller has
all
a
the
name on it.
clues are in
Ricky,
full 3D.
maybe? I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last 24 hours, and now it was dogs. 3 of them.
Well,
I thought about
technically
Maggie and nearly
voxels,
threw
but
up.
Still.
This earring yours?
Maybe it belonged to that other cop who was up here. The babe with the shades and the cigarettes.
Ain't her style. Call her babe to her face, you're liable to end up with a severe limp. You spot anything you think I ought to know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
You spot anything you think I ought to know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
Okay, hopefully I'm not missing anything. Okay, let's go. Time's of the essence.
Lagging behind again?
Guza didn't say anything about me working with a partner.
Oh, in a pig's ass, Slim. No, I'm following up on my own. Could be it's linked to this Tyrell debacle.
How's yours connected to mine?
I'm still fitting the pieces together. You know the Moonbus massacre that went down last month?
Gaff mentioned something about it.
Space
the rogue
Mormons.
skin jobs probably flew to Earth. And one of them is a demolitions expert, similar MO to your Vic upstairs.
Hell of a coincidence.
I'll call you if I find out anything more about your case.
Lots of wind chimes in this future.
You friendly with Eisenduller?
Most of the employees I see coming in morning and night, but old Marcus, Dr. Eisenduler, he almost never left his lab.
He afraid of somebody?
I think it had something to do with the air outside, and the germs. I once heard him complain about it.
Smart. What was his job?
GravTest chief engineer. The lab runs tests to see how a replicant would perform in different planetary gravitational fields. That kind of thing. One of the other engineers could tell you more.
Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Gonna do some apartment scanning. Your grandfather had a lot of wind chimes. Was he from the future?
Your floor number, please.
Are you your own grandpa?
Apartments.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
I'm gonna be an old man one day and just have like a fucking vulture neck, I swear to God. You know, guys love
Scanning video disc.
vulture necks.
One enhanceable image
It's a real
found.
turn on.
Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database. Tyrell Grav Test Lab.
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me. Like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row. Give me a hard copy of that.
What's a vulture's neck? No, just like the neck of a vulture, like fucking... It's kind of like hunched over and shit. When I'm an old fuck, I'll go a solid snake stash for Max Style. Okay, explosive.
A bomb. Give me a hard copy of that.
Feet. Okay, well, he's not wearing Italian leather, so... He laughs, he makes money. He's got a gold watch. She has a silk dress. And healthy breast that bounce on his Italian leather sofa.
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Give me a hard copy of that.
I still haven't watched all the episodes of fucking... Shit. Mission Hill. I've watched like 5 episodes of it. I still need to actually sit through it. It's only 1 season long after all. I think that's about as much as we got last time. Let's...
Who's the best dog in the whole world?
Not you.
Your floor number, please.
Roof.
I mean, have we seen McCoy actually feed his dog? Mission Hill, I haven't thought about that in forever. Oh no, it's... I really like its style. Like the... Fucking... Then again, I kind of relate to the 20-something misery of it. And I guess just the late 90s, early 2000s indie comic book aesthetic that it was going for also is really good. The only problem with it is that Tom Kenny's like half of the fucking cast. Like literally, he plays half of the characters in each episode. We're all boomers here. Unfortunately, I'm a zoomer. I was born in 98. I'm a baby. Tom Kenny is the cat. Yeah. Actually, speaking of casting and shit, let's save. That had nothing to do with casting, but might as well. And get Actually, one. I could just go over here, most likely. Boomers, doomers, zoomers, and bloomers.
This your work?
Ah, the dragon.
Dragon?
See? Anosoptera. Dragonfly late of the American South Swampland.
You sell jewelry with dragonflies?
Item like that, very special significance. Very rare, senor. Estate item, and most likely part of large collection. Person must have plenty money to obtain a collection.
More than I can afford.
You try Hawker's Circle. Might want to try for this. With luck, you may find.
If this is from a collection, I'm also looking for the other pieces.
I make you a deal. I found out where to get dragonfly jewelry. Then, you buy a piece, right?
Actually...
For special lady friend? You come back later.
I'll do that.
You take care, chasing the dragon.
Actually, what I was gonna say is, the raves seem more like a fucking... I'd never hear about anyone going to raves. But then again, I'm a boring kid from going to a community college right now, so... it's more so they go to fucking, like... weird-ass fucking indie concerts. Can I just buy that ostrich right here? Don't need a drink.
Step up, step up. Mama Isabella cook you something special. Put a glow in your cheek.
I grew up in Denver,
McCoy,
Colorado,
LPD.
and back
Mind
there,
if I ask you a couple of
raves were really
questions?
popular.
Questions?
Like the kids
They
I knew in high
always
school.
need answers.
So, I'll get into the raves. Fucking...
This guy work for you?
What was I gonna say?
No, but I wish he do. He be one fine-looking man.
You sure? Never seen him before.
I'd remembered him for sure.
The place where I live, although it's really close to Los Angeles, fucking... It's far enough to the point where it's mainly like a suburban area. It's far enough to the point where no one's going to drive to Los Angeles just to go to a fucking rave here. And the only things that are open are like a few dad bars and shit like that. Actually, I've been to at least a few decent bars.
That a 45 blaster under your coat, or you just happy to be here?
You got good eyes.
They ought to be. They're the only organs of mine that survived the Phobos Wars intact.
Ray McCoy, Rep Detect.
Blade Runner, huh? Hey, put that away!
I'm gonna put something away, but it ain't gonna be my gun. I'd crossed the line. Bob was a psychopath, but I was almost sure he wasn't a replicant. I didn't have a lot of time, and my options were pretty lousy. Stay and face the music, or take off and hope I didn't get caught. I'd crossed the line. Bob was a psychopath, but I was almost sure he wasn't a replicant.
Well, he's fucking dead.
Jesus. Jesus.
Hold on. They can't catch me if I wasn't here, is what I'm saying. This game has like 13 endings. We're obviously not gonna get the best ending here. Lots of metal and country. I mean, here in California, it's just kind of whatever's on. I mean, honestly, what you get a lot is like skater punk every now and
First
then.
one's on the house. The rest you pay for. You want chit-chat, you hire a hooker. This ain't no social club.
Allahu Akbar. Oh. Couldn't do it. Anyways, guess I could only kill that one man. That's my one man per game.
That stew's looking tasty.
Fix you right up. Only 30 chinion. It put a spring in your step, man. The ladies, they be loving you.
Fuck. I actually can't really even think of a real standout Californian band right now. Or at least one that I like. I bet you there are a bunch, but I just can't think of any. Honestly, the only one that comes to mind right now is fucking Suicidal Tendencies from like the fucking 1980s. Is that Mogwai? Bad Religion, Social. Yeah, I'm out of touch. Fucking, man. What was I gonna say? Actually, I'm trying to think of the most like modern album I bought, and I hate to say. I mean, there's always music is new to me whenever. If I haven't listened to it, it's new to me. Yeah, ska music's also big. Is it like punk ska? I can kind of stomach punk ska, personally.
Handsome man like you has lady friend, of course.
But like, all my girl cares about is food and love.
Oh, how romantic. What is this girl's name?
Maggie.
Maggie. Ah, Maggie, senor. It's perfect, is it not?
It's kind of ugly, but you talked me into it.
What's this dude?
Might I interest you in a snake, noble one?
Not today, thanks.
Fucking, hold on.
You know anything about insects?
I regret that I do not, noble one, save that I feed them to my snakes.
You do what?
Artificial ones, of course. The safeguards in the design of my snakes would not allow them to swallow a real insect.
I assume that this insect is already extinct.
They all died after the war, yes.
So the fakes must be pretty expensive.
If bought in bulk, the price is acceptable. They do not need to eat them, of course, but the added realism is worth every penny. Have you ever seen such craftsmanship?
Right now I'm more interested in the insect.
Perhaps you should ask the Peruvian woman next door. She's an expert on such things and will cut a wonderful deal to friends.
What was I gonna say? I don't know. When it comes to music preferences, I guess I'm gonna be a basic bitch white boy here and just say general kind of like alt rock. Fucking REM is my personal favorite band. I think Automatic for the People is one of the best album ever made. I'm just gonna say it. But I do enjoy shit like Slint, The National, stuff like that. I have a wide range of things. I bet you any genre of music I think can be good. I never used to be a big fan of like country, but then I started listening to people like Blanche and shit like that. Actually, speaking of that, I think I'm nearly done with my REM collection. I think I only have a few more albums left before I'm, like, it's complete. Of mainline REM stuff, not, like, fucking, what was I gonna say? Like, a lot of the side shit. gotta listen to more bands. Juno Reactor.
Ground floor.
Let's hopefully they don't know I straight up shot that guy straight in his face.
Bryant go on permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You know the procedure. Dump it all in the mainframe upstairs and I'll read it later.
You got it.
Taste changes from black metal, industrial, new wave, punk, dark jazz. And Tom Waits qualifies. Oh yeah, and, I guess one of my other favorite bands would be The Smiths. I actually do enjoy some of Morrissey's solo work, but I don't know, Johnny Marr is just such a fucking good guitarist.
Mainframe and shooting range.
The Tyrell Corporation today recalled the last 4 functioning entertainment model Nexus 5 replicants from off-world
Shoot the computer.
Roof. Laboratory.
Actually, I should get some shit scanned in the laboratory. If I can. I don't think anyone's here. I totally agree with you on Johnny Marr. Yeah, he's really good. Unironically, like Vaporwave, actually. 2814 is top tier stuff. I can enjoy Vaporwave to like. I think there's a bit too much crossover with what's it called? Outrun, or what it's called. I don't know. I think it leans too heavily into like the 80s shit, and honestly, I fucking hate a lot of 80s music. I guess I just hate synthesizers for the most part. Not saying that there isn't good synthesizer music, but like the 80s is one of those decades that has just aged horribly outside of like the alternative boom that happened then. I love synths. Delete this. I mean, I like certain things. I like fucking Moog music.